Hey, I'm doing this Preacher Man R&B, and this is another episode of Retro TV 91. And this time I'm reviewing Smallville Season 2, Episode 17. What happens on this week's episode of Smallville? Clark's got questions about his past, and he's having these dreams where he's flying. And he's flying to the cave, and he has the ship key in his hand. He puts it to the wall. And the way this dream ends all the time is a bright light, and then he wakes up somewhere. So he's been flying in his sleep, because if you don't know what Smallville is, it's a TV show about Superman, and it's about his life, how he grew up, and he's having these dreams and he's flying in them, and he tells his parents, and his parents are worried, and they don't want him to dig into his past because they don't want him to get hurt, and he's not understanding this, and he goes to school and he starts to get this aching headache, and this loud sound is ringing in his head, and can't nobody else hear it. Chloe or Lana can't hear it, and he follows the sound, and it leads him to the ship key where Jonathan had the ship key hid, and Clark gets the key, and then he goes to the cave. Well, he puts the key into the hole in the cave wall, and he gets blasted by this light, and he's now able to read his Kryptonian symbols in the Kryptonian language, and he finds out more about his past, and when he goes back to the farm, his powers kick in, the ringing comes back, and he blasts the side of his shed with heat vision and writes hope in Kryptonian. And then he gets this email from Dr. Swan, and who plays Dr. Swan is the original Superman from the first Superman movie. That's who plays Dr. Swan. And as you know, with his life, he had a bad accident. He's paralyzed from the neck down. And Clark goes to meet Dr. Swan, and Dr. Swan tells him that he's from Krypton, and that he's been studying the Kryptonian language since the meteor shower, and he's able to read it just like Clark is. And he tells Clark the message of Clark coming to Earth and being protected. And then Clark goes back to his farm, and Jonathan's talking to him, and Clark tells Jonathan that he knows what the piece that they found that wasn't the key. He knows that this is the heart of the ship, and they use the key to turn the ship on, and they put the heart of the ship in the slot. And another message from Jor-El comes up and says basically that Kal-El, who is Clark Kent, Superman, was sent to Earth to be a god among men. He's to be more powerful than the human race. And Clark's afraid that he was sent to Earth for conquering, and if you've read the Superman comics, you know that's not the case. And Jonathan tells him he's a force for good, not evil. And you can tell Jonathan's kind of worried when he's hugging him at the end of the episode. And what else happens? Chloe and Lana get in a fight because Lana found some pictures of Chloe and Clark at the prom last season, and they get a big fight because Lana invaded Chloe's privacy. And that's all that will happen in this week's episode. My questions for y'all is, now that Clark knows that he's from Krypton, what do you think will happen? As always, the Preacher Man R&B signing out. That's good results. And this is another Retro TV 91. See y'all next time.